Hi, and welcome to Quirky Books with Katie. Today I'm going to be doing the 10 most influential books tag. Now, I have checked around and I could not find who created this tag, so I'm really sorry that I can't find who created it, but I looked at like 10 different videos and no one really knew. And this video is very simple. Basically what you do is you just list off 10 of the most influential books. Now I know in the original tag you're not really supposed to talk about why the book was influential to you, but I'm a rule breaker. Not really, but I'm still going to kind of explain why these books were influential, and I only have 9. Couldn't think of a 10th one, but knowing me, when I'm done with this video, I will. Now, the first one is kind of embarrassing, but that would be The Kind of Friends We Used to Be by Frances O'Rourke Dowell. This is a middle grade book, and the reason this book is so influential to me is just because this book really helped me get through middle school. I felt like I could really identify with the main character, Kate, which it's not because our names were similar. It's just she was going through stuff with her best friend, which I was also going through, and of course there's a boy involved. And I just felt like I really could relate to this book in middle school, and I would literally read it on like a monthly basis because of how relatable it was for me. The next book that I have is The Day Before by Lisa Schroeder. I absolutely adore this book, and this book is really influential for me just because it really kind of taught me how to deal with things in a way that kind of everyone has issues, even though it may not look like it, and everyone has to deal with them in a different way. And this book really just helped me to understand how to deal with things when things happen to you, and that maybe like everything has a silver lining. I don't know. I love this book so much, not only for the lessons that I learned from it, just because of I felt like the writing is beautiful and I learned so much from it. Next, I have The Lightning Thief by Mr. Rick Riordan, and this book kind of helped cement my love for Greek mythology. In 5th grade, we did a unit on Greek mythology, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, and I made it my mission to learn everything there was to know about Greek mythology. And then I discovered this series and fell even more in love with it. I swear to God, I know like all these random Greek facts. But anyway, I just adore the series. Discovered it in like 6th grade, and I'm still a fan, and October is going to be a hard time for me when I have to let Percy Jackson go. Next, I have Just One Year by Gail Forman. And funny story about this one actually isn't one of my favorite books. I think I gave it a 3.5 stars, but after I read this book, I kind of gained like a new perspective on the world. I just put it down and I was like, whoa. What I really learned from this book was kind of everything happens for a reason. Throughout this book and its first book, Just One Day, these two characters kind of meet and they're trying to find each other again. And it kind of shows how close you can come to finding people. And sometimes accidents can be the best things that can happen to you. I don't know, I just learned so much from this book about kind of like destiny and fate and taking it into your own hands, and I just really loved the lessons that I learned from this book. Next, I have a book that I think is on everyone's list, and that is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. Again, when I read this book the first time, I liked it, but I didn't really appreciate it, and then I saw the movie and it just cemented my love for this book even more. Again, all these books are stuff that are books that I've really learned from, and I just learned so much about life and love and the true power of words from this book. And this is just such an emotional, amazing book, and I think that one day this book is going to become a classic. Like, it's gonna happen. I have my old, worn down copy of Delirium by Lauren Oliver. Can you tell how much I love this book? Anyway, not only is this one of my favorite books, I also learned a lot from it. I just felt like I could really relate to the main character, Lena, and what she was going through, and I felt like I really learned a lot from Lena about myself, which is really odd because I feel like in a lot of books that I read, I can't really relate to the main character, and even though this one was set in a dystopian world, I could really relate to her and what she was going through. This book has probably some of, if not the prettiest writing I have ever read. Next, I have 1984 by George Orwell. I know, if you see the bookmark, I have not technically finished this yet because I don't know why I'm putting it off. But I recently started reading this book, and I would have to continuously put it down because of how blown away I was by some of the things that happened in this book. This book just really made me think about the world and our government, and just kind of, are we kind of cemented and headed towards the future talked about in this book. This book is just so eerie and creepy, and I think it's a book that everyone needs to read for that reason. Influential books is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I actually first read this book when I was in 6th grade. I picked it out of one of those Scholastic book orders, thought I was really cool for doing that, and I've read it and I just loved it. I've read this book, I swear to God, like 5 times. And I don't necessarily learn much from this book, but this is just such an amazing book with a beautiful story, and it is just fabulous. That was the 10 most influential books tag. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have read any of these books, or if you were impacted by any of them, or let me know of your most influential books. And for this tag, I am going to tag Savannah over at Bozen Books. You guys should definitely go check out her channel. She's so nice. And I'm also going to tag Whitney from Witty Novels. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Now I'll talk to you again soon.